if we fixed the problem. Things and stuff and stuff and things. I'm gonna do a super annoying thing, but I gotta do the super annoying thing. Ooh, oh no. Wait, guys, I forgot to turn NVDA back on. I had to turn my whole computer off. Have sound? Okay, good. Hang on. We got to layer your sound with an extra sound for me. I ended up unplugging and replugging all of my USB ports in, and I hope that works. Because I lost my keyboard too. There was no typing, no nothing. Okay. Thank you for welcoming to NVDA Dialogue. Okay, thank you. Oh my gosh. Yay! Huh? There we go. Hello, Jen. Sandy, Asa, we did it. We got it fixed. Mom even phoned? Mom even phoned to let me know something was going wrong. like, oh, I know. I'm not sure if I can fix it. Hang on, I'm trying. But we got it fixed. And I only broke one nail. So we're doing fine. If I told you I'm having a Sunday, I'm not lying. I'm having a Sunday. It's fine. We'll make do. Oh, icebox cookies sound tasty, Melanie. Well, yeah, because don't you make the dough for icebox cookies and then you wrap them up real good, toss them in the freezer, and then they're just there. So, like, if you've got company coming in like 15 minutes, you can pull them out, thaw them, slice them, and cook them. I haven't talked all day. Well, no, that's not true. I did a bit of talking today, but not enough to warm up for a podcast. No. No, Jude. Uh, this. Oh my god, so many ducks. There's a Welsh dragon duck. So many ducks. No, it's because they were talking about the trip and they're doing it. And the reason they're going is for Forbidden Psalms, and their Forbidden Psalms is a game that they play, and they love it. They produce content for it, which you can do with some games. Some games are all about modding communities or content producing communities, and Forbidden Psalms is one of the games that's that way. And he's done several different variations and published the game rule variations for free. So he wants to go to the big gathering that's happening next August. And I was like, well, I hope you make it. And so does he. And he wants to go with his brother. And then he'll be near Warhammer World, and we're all Warhammer enthusiasts. I was like, okay. So while you're just there and traveling and you have no plans, he's like, yes. I'm like, gift giving makes you anxious. He's like, I never know what to give. I was like, so I'm going to tell you, I want rubber duckies. He's like, that is actually quite helpful. I'm like, so if you happen to see one in your travels, you know that yes, that would make me very happy. It just reduces his stress for things because gift giving can be an anxious activity for a lot of people. It's not for me, but I watch other people struggle to give gifts. So I gave him a framework to function by. I do that with lots of friends. Like I'll be like, I'm like, I don't know. Like you're an adult, you have your own life, you do your own things. What's one thing that you don't do for yourself that you would be happy to receive? I have another friend, his favorite gift on the whole planet is chocolate chip cookies. Whenever I make cookies, I just make him some cookies. His favorite are chocolate chip. He'll eat anything but ones with raisins in it. And he's just tickled pink because he never bothers to bake cookies for himself, but he prefers home baked cookies. That's a fair thing. But this is the same guy who like, and these guys, like, they pick me up and they help me get to places, and they help me get groceries, or they help me go to Warhammer, or they help me get to D&D sessions, or they'll help me go together for brunch if the whole group's going for brunch, and they're driving out of their way to come pick me up. One of them is my ex-boyfriend, who has to drive 45 minutes into town. He gets into the other side of the city, drives 45 minutes across town to pick me up, to take me places. So like I give gifts and do things in exchange. So we talk about stuff like that. In the case of this one friend, it's just for him, it stresses him out. And I want him to enjoy his trip. So lots Welsh So now that they know that is the focus for it, if they run across a ducky, they will buy a ducky. So it makes both of the brothers happy because I know they'll buy gifts for their sister, for their nieces and nephews, for like their wives, for like they'll be buying gifts for other people while they're traveling around. So I'm like, I know what's going to happen. So you don't have to go, oh, will she like it? Will she not like it? You just know because I told you yes. Because I told you yes, it's fine. So it makes their life easier. It's the same with a friend I had who traveled to Greece. When he went to Greece and he came back from Greece, he's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "A weird Greek food with no corn in it." He's like, "Done." And he just went to Greek grocery stores, which he would have had to have done anyway to feed himself. He was doing an archaeological dig situation, so he came home with weird Greek chips. He's like, "There's no corn in them." He's like, "But damned if I know really what they're going to taste like." So we sat there and we ate two different varieties of Greek potato chips, and they were delightful. Like that's I always send them armed with info because gift giving is not easy. And he wanted to do something because they're kind souls. Good evening. Oh, you're not late. The tech gremlins attacked, and Jude has already derailed me with talk of rubber duckies. We're just getting started. It's a good thing the Granny Square check-in isn't until 2 o'clock my time. Okay. My voice is not prepared to talk this much all the way right away. I thought it was the last Sunday in November. It's not the last Sunday in November. I've got to stop skipping weeks. I pulled the December Yarn Club yarn from my stash, from my collection, down, and I was like, we'll open that today. No, we're opening that next Sunday. Next Sunday, not this Sunday. In theory, my throat clears up. In theory. All right, let's see if we can do a podcast. It's Sunday. We've got yarn to talk about. I got a stack of fabric creation going on here. And it's the second last Sunday in November, so I'm going to, in theory, show off the November yarn from Erin's Yarn Club. I confirmed with Erin this week that, yeah, I want next year's. Apparently, it's going to be fun food puns. I don't know. I don't understand the reference for it, and that's fine. I don't have to. I just know I like her yarn, so I'm not worried. We're going to stick these needles into the yarn ball so that I don't lose stitches because I didn't put the needle minders on here. I have needle minders, but I didn't put them on. Weirdo. All right. Up first. At the end of October, we opened up the second last stash yarn collection for the year. So my second last ball from stash that I was using as a yarn club for the year, and we pulled out a Star Trek Club colorway on the sock base from Erin of Fireweed Fiber Cove. This should shock nobody. I have a lot of Erin yarn, but I decided to make a sock head hat. So as you can see, I was in the ribbing last week when we talked about it. I finished my last 2 inches of ribbing, and I'm now making my way up the body of my hat. So we're looking good. I am not using the gauge as recommended for the pattern. There's no particular reason why. I prefer this gauge for fingering weight yarns, and I don't want a very heavy dense hat. I'm just looking to sort of block some of the wind from my one ear. So I am doing a sock head slouch hat in this really pretty blue, which will look really nice against my hair and my face because I can wear cool colors. I do, however, have many inches of body knitting in the round to go before I have decreases to do. So we make progress. I'm about halfway down the hat, I think. The decreases always take me longer than I think they're going to, especially for the sockhead hat. The sockhead hat pattern I've had for a long time. This is not my first sockhead hat. This is, in fact, my second sockhead hat. But it is a grade 1 skein project for me, which I really, really, really like. I should actually talk to my mom and see if the kid would wear, I call her a kid, she's like 19, see if my niece would wear a hat. Maybe I'll make her another one, make her one too. It's the 4 inches of ribbing that drive me nuts, but once I'm through the 4 inches of ribbing, the hat goes pretty quickly. So, maybe an FO next week. Maybe we'll be done just in time to open up December's yarn. That was what I wanted to do with the yarn club this year from the collection yarn. It didn't quite work out that way. It's kind of not good, but whatever. What are you going to do about it? I'm going to put things on the floor because I have nowhere else to put them right now. Okay. It's fine. Oh, I also need to talk to Erin about going through my stash and wrapping up 12 new skeins for next year. Oh, I needs to do that. Okay. We're good. Don't worry about. Oh my God, what's going on over here? This is a week of progress. We got like a lot done this week, so I'm very excited by that. Do we want a sweater update? Yeah, let's do a sweater update. Let's talk Christmas sweater. If everybody remembers the drama, if you don't remember the drama, I both love and loathe colorwork charts, mostly because a lot of them are terrible for accessibility, and it drives me batty because I love knitting in colorwork, and the charts don't love me. So I got mad at the sweater I wanted to make, and I've had to change my plans to make a different sweater. Not that the different sweater isn't lovely, but it's not what I'd initially wanted to do. So that made me a little grumpy because I got angry, and I know better. Once I'm angry, I have to walk away from what I'm doing. Otherwise, I just stay angry, and the going blind process has already made me angry enough. I don't need to be adding to that pile. What I do need to do in my brain is make sweaters. So our Christmas sweater this year is just striped, nothing fancy. Why are you being problematic? Do you just exist to be problematic? I don't recall you being such a menace to me, Yarn. Yarn, what are you doing? Yarn, I'm on the internet. I don't have time for you to be this weird. I really don't. There we go. Why were you through the sweater that direction? That's weird. I swear it wasn't like that when I was knitting on you. And I was knitting on you literally 2 days ago, sir. 2 days ago. Okay. Here we go. Are you ready? Oh, wait. I have to turn it so it's right side out. Hang on. There's a problem. This is just awkward. I am making the Saturday morning sweater by Tristan of Dragonhorn Designs. It's a worsted weight, so I'm holding DK held double. And I did a gauge swatch. I did a super crappy, quick, easy gauge swatch that doesn't really mean anything because it's fine. Because it's supposed to have like 6 to 8 inches of positive ease. So it's not like I'm super worried if I'm off by a bit in one direction or the other. It's not meant to have any shape. And I am making this Christmas sweater for what is my standard Christmas morning, which is Christmas is pretty much just another day. I hang out with Asa. We spend some time together. I play video games, and I bake cinnamon rolls. That's the extent of what I like Christmas to be. I have a tree. I've got presents. There's always plans and stuff going on for things at different times. But my favorite thing to do is nothing. Nothing Christmas morning. I like to chill. I like to relax. And I like to hang out in my yoga leggings. Which is fine. But it didn't really have necessarily a sweater to wear over top of like a tank top or, let's be honest, my pajama shirt to sort of putter around with in the morning while I wore my leg warmers on my legs after my yoga in the morning. So, holy Melanie, you've done so much today. Yeah. I got up. I ran an errand. And I made a loaf of bread. That's all I've done today. Anyway, this beautiful envisioned picture of morning relaxedness didn't have an oversized sweater to just putter around with. I do open windows in the wintertime. I am steam heated. It is warm in the apartment, and I like the fresh breeze. Even when it's like minus 20, I like the fresh air. I have, however, split for sleeves. So this monstrosity of an oversized sweater which will never see the outside of my apartment, guys. This is solely for like 20 to 30 minutes in the morning when I'm relaxing and not doing anything. And I don't want to lose the yarn balls because I don't need extra mess going on in this. This is just awkward because I need to hang on to the yarn balls. Okay. The pattern calls for the sleeves to be slightly tighter than the sweater. That's not going to end well for me, but for the moment, we're going to keep working on the body. We've got this wonderful purple Barocco vintage in the DK weight. As you can see, it's a very beautiful, rich purple. And then we've got the shot of pink, which is the gingerbread colorway from Arcane Fiberworks, which is also a DK. It's a very fluffy DK, so that's actually closer to the gauge that I needed to get. The Barocco is a little thinner, so it's not as thick, but that's okay. Well, yeah, that's true, Melanie. You are farther into your day than I am. It is true. We're just after 12 o'clock my time. Well, 12:30 my time. So I have the big open space. This is going to be a very 80s kind of slouchy sweater when I'm done with it. But I've got my plethora of stitches for sleeve stitches. And I was like, why are the sleeves so big? And then I remembered you work them on a smaller needle from the body stitches. So the sleeves will get more snug, I guess is the way to describe it. So we've done that, but I've officially split and we're working on the body. I'm going to work on the body, I think, till I have a comfortable number of inches so that everything's nice and stable. Please tell me my sound didn't just quit on me again. Oh. It's just going to be one of those days. Guys, can you still hear me? Oh, I hope so. It's going to be a day. Okay, good. As I heard a bing in my ear that told me one of the USB ports has dropped out again. So that's great. So it's fine. But I want to pick up the sleeves as soon as possible, mostly because I have a very limited amount of the pink. I have a lot of the purple still, so I'm not worried about the purple. I'm still working through the scraps from the last time I used the purple yarn, so half balls and partial balls, so like it's fine. We're doing good for that, and I want the right length. However, I do understand that I made the 52-inch bust for this, so it's going to be like 58, almost 60 inches in bust range when it's done. Like there's no shape to this sweater. This is not a company sweater. This is not a I look super cute sweater because I am not tiny, petite, or little. I do not look good in oversized baggy sweaters. This is strictly for me to put on in the morning after my yoga, to sit down and drink my coffee and to listen to podcasts and to do nothing with humans. That is the point of this sweater. And if we're honest, at any point in time, if I put it down on my bed after it's finished, to be a bed for Phaedra, because she will absolutely use it as a bed. Now, question is, am I wrapped around the cord for my headphones? I am not. Okay, so that's put down here now. I'm always worried about that. I should put needle keepers on that stuff too. So there we go. I'm going to have another sip of water. Good news is I think I cleared enough space over here. I can have my water on the right side of the desk. Granny Square check-in. I need to do that too. Okay, let's do that next. Was everybody watching the mid-month motivation last night? Me and Louise did a lot of talking about sons of water buffaloes. I dropped a ball of yarn. What did I drop? Sad panda. I've got squares, but they're attached to something. I'm just trying to figure out what they're attached to. I think my FO. I finished another square, so we're up to square 8. I'm working on square 9. I did not bring square 9 in here with me. Oh, I dropped the yarn ball for the... Okay, that's fine. So we have another square done and finished. As always, I hold it up against a square I just finished to make sure that I have the same number of clusters per side. That's important. At the end of 9 squares, I'm going to lay it out on my bed, and I'm going to take a photo so you guys can see how much bed we cover. because that's 3. It's the top of the bed for the most part, but I have to put this project away because I need to next month work on my brother-in-law's Christmas present, which is not going to be done if we meet up at Christmas. I'm not that fast. I'm fast. I'm not that fast, but I need to make progress on that, and I need to take uh, a photo of this, and then I need to take probably a couple of the squares to Michael's, and I need to find the right neutral brown or gray, because it needs to be like a warm brown or a warm gray, to finish this off and connect everything in the round, or connect everything into a blanket. So we are almost at the point where I have to put this down for a while, which is good because I'm at the point where I need a break from this project and I need to work on something else. So I am happy to put this down shortly and walk away for a bit. So that means next month I can do my brother-in-law's Christmas couch throw. A throw for him to have because he's lost a throw this year. And I can work on the Battenberg crochet blanket in December and try to get those done. So many granny squares. Good news is Louise really likes the idea of doing like a garment challenge next year for the crochet group. So we're going to, there's open threads and everything on Discord Ravelry. So we're going to do another crochet challenge year, but instead of doing just the one thing for the whole year, which was a great place to start and learn, Louise wants to do garments and stuff this year, which I'm super down for. So we're starting off January with, I have a cat at my foot, with a sweater challenge. So January's challenge for crochet challenge for the month will be sweaters. So I'm excited because I've got a sweater I want to work on. Louise is excited because she's got a sweater crochet cardigan. I think she said the hexy one, either hexy puff or hexagon. I can't remember which one. She said she had other plans for with other ladies. So we're structuring the challenges to work for us month to month as best we can because both Louise and I are quite busy already with challenges. However, given that Louise up till now has done like all of the work for the crochet stuff, the crochet thread, so the crochet community thread, is on the Northern Knits Ravelry podcast page. So you have to go to the podcast Ravelry page. You will find a sign up thread for next year. So if you didn't want to join us this year because you're like Granny Squares, Lord no, fair. Super fair, or you weren't into making blankets, and you want to sign up to try a different garment every once in a while, toss your name into the sign up link so me and Louise can get you an email. And then the January thread is already open, so you can post inspiration photos and links to projects for crocheted sweaters, pullovers, cardigans, cool, newborn to adult. It's all going to count. The idea is just to join and have fun and do it on a scale and level that works for you. The big thing is because February is the sweater challenge month. If you're working on a sweater in January and you don't finish it, it would count towards the February sweater challenge for the Fiber Friends. So it's totally a thing. However, we've got to that point of the year where I'm going to start reminding people because I know I do it all the time where I'm like, I need to go do that thing, and then I never go do that thing. So I'm going to remind you about the thing till we get to the end of December. It helps. True story, Melanie, I have never watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I have never watched any Monty Python. There's a statement for you. Do I know quotes from it? Absolutely. People meme at me all the time about it. No idea. Never watched it. Hey, Susanna. It's so long as you got breakfast, Susanna, that's the important part, and you've got some food. I'm assuming you went to Tim Hortons and got yourself a tea and a sandwich of some format. Sandwich, because we like sandwiches. They do have all right BLT. I'm not going to say it's a great BLT, but it's a decent BLT. Mom says their turkey club's good. I don't know. I am a bit of a food snob, and I admit this fully, and I live close to Hudson Bagel. So I get Hudson Bagel turkey clubs, and oh, yes, super good. Okay. When I can. I haven't been able to do Hudson Bagel in ages. squirrel brain. I've been there. It's interesting. I started the Craft Around the World challenge, and all I've wanted to do is make my own designs. That's not helping me. It's not helping me. My brain is out to get me. All right, let's talk socks. Oh, socks. All right. First up, I had that purple sock. It needed half an inch of ribbing, and then it needed to be bound off. You will be happy to know I've bound off. I bound off yesterday during the Patreon knit in. Again, you guys probably already know, but just in case you don't, Patreon members receive a link which they can choose to follow if they want. They don't have to a private Discord chat group where it's just Patreon members and me. And there is pretty much where we run a bunch of extra bonus stuff. I should start making posts in the regular Patreon for the people who don't like using Discord to invite them to draw them in as well too. So that's on me. I should do that. But one of the things we do is a monthly e-knit-in. So it happens usually the second last Saturday of the month. Not always, but usually. And tier 2 and up every month of the year can jump in and we chat and we gossip and we chat and we drink and we craft together for about 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. And then we move on with her day. This time around, we got to watch somebody who was helping a friend paint a house. Erin was working. She took the morning off, so we were watching some dyeing happening. And I almost always start off the knit-in by eating lunch because it's noon my time when we start. So that's fine. Every quarter, we do an epic knit-in, which is where we invite all the tiers to come join us. So we invite the first level tier to come in and join us. And then it can be a bigger group. The size varies from month to month. We were a very quiet group this month, so that's fine. But if you hear me talk knit and you're like, I have no idea what she's talking about, that's what I'm talking about. It's a Patreon perk. It's fun, and it lets me get things done, like a sock, because I absolutely bound off a sock. So we've got the first shorty on the purple sock done. We got a foot, we got a heel, we've got some ribbing. It's not been washed or blocked, and I knit Kevlar, so she needs she needs a blocking on the sock blocker to smooth out my rough edges because my increases are a little weird. My heels are always a little weird. I've never worried on a vanilla sock because by the time I wash it and put on a blocker and it dries, she becomes an excellent sock shape. So here is one shorty of 2 done. I do need to cast on the other shorty, so I have a matched pair. So I'm going to do that today. That was the ball of yarn that hit the floor and rolled that way towards my spinning wheel. We're going to have to go pick that up when we're done. But we have an FO. Or, half an FOs because we got one sock. So I'm going to, do I weave in the ends on my socks? So rarely, it's not even funny. I just don't. I just don't. So like this will probably never go away. And that's fine. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. However, we're going to wash her in a block, and then we're going to get started on the second shorty. Why shorties? Because that is what I am desperately short on in my sock collection, is shorty socks. But I do have a free sock needle, so we need to put that into use right away. As you know, you can't... Hang on, wait. I'm feeding these through. Why is this so hard on my brain today? I swear, guys, I stream on Twitch where I play video games, drink water, and hold moderately coherent conversations. Apparently not today. Today is not the day for braining. Something's going on. Oh yeah, Melanie. If you're worried about if you don't join because you worry about deadlines and stuff, I think Louise did Granny Squares for like the first 2 months. We're not worried about it. No, it's fine. We're not deadline people. Jude is correct. You can pull a whip. We've got different flavors for challenges for every month, but if what you want to work on is a whip, show up and show us what you've been working on anyway. We're just happy to have the company. That's okay, Susanna. We don't have any snow here. They keep promising it to me, but until it shows up, I don't believe them. Apparently, there's a chance of snow on Tuesday. We'll see. I know better than to trust those weather people. They're only right, like, what, 50% of the time anyway? It's a thing? Okay. Last sock. Last project. And then I can show off the yarn club yarn and we can talk about plans for next Sunday, which will be the last Sunday of the month. Oh, wait, I should turn this right side out so you guys see it right side out. The Christmas sock. I had started the nutmeg socks twice, and then I messed up the leg pattern. And then I got mad. And then I thought to myself, why am I making pattern socks? I can't see the patterning. So I never know if it's right or not until it is very wrong. And it is so off kilter that the stitch counts don't work even remotely closely anymore. So I got angry and I quit the nutmeg socks. This is not the nutmeg socks problem. This is not the patterns issue. It is not the fault of the designer. It is all that I can't see what I'm doing. I cannot see fingering stitches at all, period, ever. Full stop. I'm doing it all by touch. So I just need to make vanilla socks. I can do it all by touch and feel. I generally only ever drop stitches when I'm binding off, so I don't feel like I don't constantly need help with it. And I'm going to leave the struggle bussing for the fingering weight stuff for sweaters and cardigans and tops, like things people are going to see, not my socked feet, because people don't see my socked feet. I don't see my socked feet. If I'm honest about it and I'm standing, I can't quite put my feet into focus anymore. Now, if I'm sitting, I can put my foot up closer to my face and I can see it, but that's not the point. At a distance and in public, nobody sees my socks. So I'm just going to do vanilla toe-up socks. I have to let the sock pattern idea go. I can't do them. They make me so angry. It's not for me. So I'm going to stick with the vanilla socks. Bye, Melanie. Have a good day. So I've got progress on the foot for the Christmas Tree Farm sock, because obviously I ripped the cuff and the leg out, which I horrifically mangled badly. And then I went to my sock recipe that I tend to do all the time. So for me, because I knit so dang tight, I knit 72 stitches. If I knit on gauge, I would be 68. I am not. I am 72 because that's how tight I knit. And we're just gonna go with this. I don't think Erin intended for this yarn to micro stripe, but it certainly is for me. So I'm enjoying that fun little perk. We'll see if the micro striping lasts through the heel. I think I had thought about maybe doing like a contrast heel for these socks. However, I don't think so. I think I'm going to do a regular heel, but I'm going to do contrast cuffs for both socks, which again, these will be shorties because I need more shorties. You know, that's just where we're at. So this is what I worked on this week. I had a toe a couple of days ago. Now we've made some good foot progress. I've got what? I have to be here just past my wrist bone to before I even start measuring for my foot, and that's just putting it on my foot. So I'm happy with this now. I'm not angry, and I don't have to think about it, which is it's a perk considering how much else I've got running in my head right now. So, sock Christmas progress. Will I have a pair done by the end of the week? No. If I'm lucky, by Sunday, the next time we talk, I'm past the heel. That's my hope. We will see how that goes. But I might have a pair done by Christmas. Okay. I'll probably have a purple pair done by Christmas, but if I've got the Christmas socks done by Christmas Day, I will be doing great. Mostly because this is the last week in November, so we've got some crunch time situations happening here, which is where we're at for talking about things. Why do we have crunch time? Because we're almost in December, and I have an advent calendar, and I want to knit my advent calendar this year. I don't want to have it hanging around the apartment. So we are going to do an advent along this year. So this is my last, I suppose I'd say, super free week to do stuff, which isn't too bad. I have one advent in the mail. I have another advent half done. But that advent partner has a stress that she's also not done. So if we run it a bit late, it works better for her. I will always take the extra time because crafting stuff takes time, and I absolutely dropped the bucket this year. Let's go. Yes, this is the right yarn. Okay, I can show the shirt now. I was guessing when I grabbed it. So knowing that at the start of December, I am starting a fingering weight project. It's going to be a sweater. I'm going to aim for 20 grams a day, which is one mini every day. Why one mini every day is because I want to, and I've been working for the February sweater challenge. I've been working on thinner yarn every year, and I want to see if I can do a fingering weight sweater over the course of the first 24, 25 days of Christmas. Because if I can do it at a relaxed pace of 20 grams a day while I'm doing other stuff at the same time, then maybe I could do a fingering weight sweater for the February challenge. However, if I struggle, bust it pretty hard, then I know I should stick with the DK weight sweater range for the February sweater challenge. So this is sort of a, maybe I'll have a Christmas sweater out of the advent done by Christmas, which would be ideal, obviously. And then I'll have one more sort of marker to structure how I do a February sweater challenge, because you guys know me and Louise try to do a sweater in 2 weeks in February. And then the whole month of February is the sweater challenge for the Fiber Friends. So if everybody wants to join, but they don't necessarily think they want more than 14 days to get a sweater done, they can do it for as a month-long project. I didn't do too bad. Bulky, I finished fine. Worsted, I finished fine. I've been struggling a bit in the DK weight range, and I don't know if it's because it's actually just that much more knitting or because my brain believes it's that much more knitting, so I don't work on it as much as I probably should. So I think the advent will be a good way for me to sort of break that mental barrier I have, because I know my fingering weight sweaters take longer, but do they take longer because they're smaller stitches, or because my brain thinks they should take longer, so I put the project down more often, or I don't work on it as much as I do a worsted weight sweater? So we've got questions, which hopefully we can answer. So knowing that 1st of December I'm starting a sweater. Was it going to be a pattern sweater? Yes. Did I like the idea of the sweater I was going to buy? Absolutely. Have I completely changed my mind because I can't find a matching coordinated full skein to use for the set? Also, yes. So it's fine. I know what the gradient looks like for Erin's advent this year, because obviously it's Fireweed Fiber Co's advent that I have, because I helped pack some of the advents, so I've seen the colors. So mine is not packed. I have it already in my possession. It's just sitting there staring me down. The needles have been tucked inside it for the project. And I'm going to rabble rouse, and I am not going to start on day one. I'm going to start on the day that looks best next to my face. And we are just going to do ourselves a nice raglan sweater. Maybe we do a little slip stitch action to help meld the color changes as we go. Maybe a little zhuzhing there to make the lines a bit softer, so we're not super tiny colored stripes all the way down. It's going to get interesting when I get to the sleeves, because I'm going to have to save 10 grams of each mini from the body for the sleeves. So I'm on the hunt for my short 4mm circulars. I know I have some somewhere in this freaking apartment. I need to find them, and I need to free them up so that I can do the sleeves at the same time as I do the body of the sweater. That's probably my best bet, because I'm going to want my stripes to match as best as I can. So it's going to get interesting up in here. But December is a notoriously busy month anyway. So I know this week I have to this week get absolutely as much done on my Christmas sock and my Christmas sweater as possible. Because I do not have time next month. Now, keep in mind, I'm also secret crafting in the background. I either have or have not worked on my dad's a hat for Christmas because that was the secret project I picked for the month for the check-in with Louise. My sister's hat, cowl, mitts situation, which I have nothing to show because I didn't even hand sew the freaking mitten lining or the hat lining this week. They're literally cut out, sit there staring me down. I'm just, my brain was like, cool, go get your hand sewing kit, and that part never happened. So I need to get that done. The ends woven in and my sister's Christmas present done. I have pulled out the fabric for my mom's vest, so I need to get that going because I need time to dye that fabric the right color. And by me, I mean Erin offered to help me dye the fabric the right color because the color it is right now is not a good color for my mom. And I have my sister's Christmas present to finish. No, dad, sister, my mom, my niece is getting some mittens. You guys may have saw the Instagram photo of the yarn. So I've got some mitten patterns. Thankfully, her favorite video game, or one of her favorite video games, is Project Zomboid. So I can do some sort of Halloween vibey mittens for her, which I know will work really well. And the color work charts for Halloween tend to be easier for me to see. So I'm excited about that. I might even do like some striped mittens, some regular texture mittens, like maybe a cable mitten. The kid loses mittens, like she's still in grade 4. So I'm just going to see how many I can crank out till I see her for whenever Christmas happens to be for the family. And then I've got my brother-in-law's blanket I have to start next month. So we have a lot on the go. And this week it has to be the Christmas sweater. It has to be my sister's hat, scarf, well, her cowl, her hat, cowl, and mittens. And I have to get some more work done on the Christmas sock this week. So I've got 3 primary projects I have to focus on, and I've got a bunch of side projects I need to. Because, like, I want to finish the sock head slouch. I want to get my purple sock on the go. So much going on. But it's the last full week of November, so I also have the last bulk of my volunteering stuff that I do for the year. Because I don't do a ton of volunteering in December. I tend to help with like the setups for everything. So like in December, there'll be a couple of small crafts that I need to do. I've got to repair my dad's slippers still. And by repair, I'm just going to make him a new pair of slippers. So like there's other things on the to-do list for December. One of them is finding my hand sewing kit so I can finish my hand sewing stuff. I have no idea where it is in the apartment, so I need to find it. This is what happens when you clean, tidy, and downsize everything. Everything gets a new home, so I have to relearn where all the homes are. I'm absolutely positive I put it in a safe place. That was my mistake. It's fine. It'll show up. It'll show up eventually. Okay, let's talk fun stuff. Let's talk November's Yarn Club from Fireweed Fiber Co. As you know, we're wrapping up. Well, she's wrapped up her year of Yarn Club, one more month after this. And this year was Jurassic Park, which was great because I knew the theme. Next year is based off Bob's Burger, and I have no idea what that means. It's fine. They're food puns, and I like her yarn colors, so I'm happy. This month is... I will not put the pause in the correct place because that is not who I am. I don't talk like this actor does. That's just how that works. So there is a pause. It is accounted for in the printing, but it's life finds a way. Yeah, I know I didn't do the pause right. It's fine. The pause is on the ink on the label. But this is what we look like. Like, look at that. Look at that. How freaking pretty is this yarn this year? God dang it. Oh, so good. I haven't worked as much in the DK weight yarn this year as I did the year before. So I'm kind of tempted to maybe go to a sock base next year again. Maybe do like the rye fingering weight sock. I gotta decide what yarn base I want. I know I'm getting the Yarn Club next year. I just don't know what base I'm gonna do. However, that means there's only one more month left of dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. Okay, hang on, wait. I can do this. I can do this. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, huh. I have done better on that. Oh, jeez. Terrible. But I do like the look of this yarn. Oh, it's really just gorgeous. I have decided October's yarn, which is the amber color, is going to be one of the two colors for a Christmas stocking next month, because of course somehow I'm also going to magically be making more Christmas ornaments and a Christmas stocking this year. So I'm not sleeping next month. I think that's just what will come down to it. It's just I won't sleep ever again. I'll be fine. Maybe I make the Christmas stocking my Advent challenge for the year. Ooh, maybe that could be fun. Do you guys have any plans for last week of November? I mean, other like because like obviously like the last Thursday of the month of November is Thanksgiving for America, and then Black Friday happens the Friday afterwards. So like there's a lot going on for all of our American friends this week because I have absolutely noticed the uptick in Thanksgiving recipes on all of my Instagram and YouTube stuff, where my brain's like, yeah, but that was last month. Turkey Day for America is this Thursday. I understand. It is getting to that time of year. So I don't know what you guys are working on either today or this week, but I definitely need to get my sweaters and socks going. I don't think I can finish the body of a sweater in a week. Well, I mean, I can, but I have other things I need to work on. Maybe I put the sock head down for the week and focus on the sweater and the socks, maybe? Maybe. Maybe. I obviously can't show you any progress or lack of progress on Dad's Christmas hat until I'm done. And we've done the check-in with Louise next Friday. So we've got a bit of time before we hear about that. Yeah, I think that's my best bet. I think my best bet is because I've still got granny squares to do next week. Because I've got to get square 9, the last big square done this week. So I've got that, and then I think putting all of my effort into my Christmas sweater or Christmas socks if I'm not working on Christmas presents for people. I think that's going to be my best bet, which means my poor sock head slouch is not going to see any love this week. And the purple socks are probably also not going to see any. Your Christmas socks will count as your Russia? Oh, Jude, that's excellent. It's so hard not to just cast on a whole bunch of new projects. I like casting things on. Working on them is the harder. It's harder for me. And I know the Fiber French challenge in January is going to be get her done, so that'll help. What's their challenge for next month? I think it's at Christmas. It's just like Christmas stuff, so like Christmas ornaments and stockings and stuff. Because I know this month was gift giving knitting. Last few years, I've been terrible at getting my gift crafting done by the 1st of December, so I also failed at it this year, which making me kind of grumpy. Like I need to be stricter with myself and go back to I can't knit on Christmas presents after the 1st of December just to free up that time so I can knit for myself. Oh, also you knitting a shawl for your friend? That'd be nice. Oh, I love shawls. They're scarves, they're shawls, they're wraps. Oh, shawls can be so many things. So many things. So versatile. It's crazy pants. I want to put my foot down, but my cat is right where my foot would rest. So this is awkward for me. Oh, cast on. I can't cast on. There's no cast on. No casting on. Do your work. I used to be great at the Grinch alone. The thing is I've really stopped following it was at the Knitmore Girls. I really stopped following their podcast and I kind of fell off the bandwagon at that point. I mean podcasts come and go in your life and you have to pick and watch podcasts for people that you enjoy and that you like and who you would want to know in person. I really feel strongly about that. There's a lot of content out there. I'm going to watch the content from the people that I like who don't make me nervous with some of their thinking patterns. So, and unfortunately, the Knitmore Girls have gone one way, and I don't go that way. So, I backed off from listening and watching their stuff, and I think that's about when I stopped being quite so adamant about the Grinchmas situation. I need to get back on to the bandwagon of being done crafting Christmas presents by the 1st of December. I'm happier when I'm not crafting for anybody but myself in December, and I need to get back to that way. I don't think I can get all of my knitting done in a week. I haven't even started the first pair of the kids' mittens. So that's not happening this year. But if I can eliminate 2 or 3 of them this week, I'll feel much happier. It's like my sister's is pretty complex. So like if I can get my sister's done this week, that'll feel good. If I can get my mother's vest cut out and sewn this week, that's 2 down. If I have or haven't worked on my dad's hat, I can't tell you till next Friday. But if I can get it to the point where I'm just working on my brother-in-law's stuff and my niece's stuff next month, like that's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's not great, but we're getting closer. I would have had to work on my brother's stuff in December anyway. We didn't decide on a couch throw from the family for him till like October, and I would have had to have started that in July to really be finished by the 1st of December. So, well, ooh, Asa. That's the socks. That's a sweater and a shawl. That's 3 projects. That's you tend to be 1 or 2 projects max. That's a lot of projects. Wow. Oh, that's right. I do have 2 weeks before I can talk about my father's hat, because I keep thinking the month changes in the middle of the week. It doesn't. We have 1 more Sunday of November, and then the 1st of December is on Monday. So it's mucking with me this year. It is mucking with me this year. It's fine. I will continue to forget all the way through the week. I don't know why, but when the week doesn't change in the middle, like when the month doesn't change in the middle of the week, it just throws me. It just throws me. Yeah, because next Sunday I can't, but the Sunday after you guys will know, because if you've watched the check-in with me and Louise, you'll have already seen it. So it's fine. I either have or I haven't. Like it's just what it comes down to. I do, however, only have 7 days till the last day of November to ideally get my mother's vest done and to get my sister's stuff done. Like ends woven in their gift bag finished and under the tree finished. Then I can focus in on mittens for my niece and my brother-in-law's Christmas blanket, which I will get as much of it done as I can, but he'll have a partial gift and then he'll have to hand it back so I can keep working on it. A couch throw, while faster than a whole bed, is still a lot of crocheting, so we will see how I do with that. Yikes. I have Whip Parade to film next month also. We all know I have more than 3 projects on the go. It's the time, I got to set aside a time the first week in December to go through all of my whips, purge the things I don't want to talk about, because if I'm not willing to talk about it in a whip parade, I'm obviously not working on it, and it needs to be ripped, frogged, and the yarn needs to be put back in the collection. I want to tidy up the stash numbers and do a video on that, where we're sitting at the end of the year for stash usage. It's not going to be super impressive because I'm not done a couple of blankets. So if I can get a couple more blankets done, like we'll see some definitive drop in numbers. But so long as I'm doing the smaller projects right now, we're not seeing the big number drops. So I've got extra filming and recording to do. I've almost got the new software figured out. Like I can import videos, I can edit videos. I'm just struggle busing how to get them out of the program now. We're 2/3 of the way there. It's fine. I win against the tech gremlins. It just takes longer than it probably necessarily should for anything on the planet. But yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good, right? We know what I'm going to try to work on this week. It's the last week of November. I have to keep reminding myself there's a full freaking week I got to get through still. Thank God. And then we'll be into December. So like next Sunday, we can open up the last ball of Stash Yarn Club. I wanted to finish that. Okay. Sweater, socks, Christmas presents. Do not have time to knit the sockhead slouch. To be fair, we haven't had winter here. So like our overnight lows are -5 or -7 with the wind chill in November. We don't have snow in the city. It's not winter. It's not winter. And we'll be celebrating the halfway point of winter next month and the shortest day of the year. And then we'll be rotating into spring. What winter? It's just, okay, cool. Most of us are still in our fall coats. Obviously, small humans are in the winter coats because small humans don't keep heat as well as adult-sized humans, which makes sense. Some of us wear extras depending on our preferences for heating or how well we heat ourselves. But like, I don't even see winter boots out yet outside of little people. Like, we're all still wearing sneakers because there's no snow. It's fine. No rain, no snow, just -7 to -5 overnight. Today's high is 8 degrees above zero. 8 degrees above zero. So cool, cool. I didn't grow up in this province, but I've spent a chunk of my life in this province. This is the new normal, and I hates it. I hates it enough. I contemplate moving because I don't get a real winter here, and I don't like it. Don't like it. I need to move somewhere where you could get snow in October. Not often, but it happens. But it's here and it's in your vicinity and it exists with you from early November till late April, early May. I want a proper winter. I want a proper winter. But that is not the city I live in. It has not been the way it's been going for the last few years. So I'm of the opinion now that we'll see if my city has snow by Christmas. We'll see. Last couple of years, it's been tight, and we've had very little snowfall or no snowfall, and we've just managed to have white Christmases. So at some point, that's not going to be the norm anymore, and we're very quickly moving that way because climate change. So I'm like, I need the services of large cities because of the vision impairment, and it drives me nuts because I would rather live somewhere with a real winter. It'd be really nice. Oh, well, there's nothing I can do about it. I live in southern Canada. That's just how it is. Grumpy face. All right. I'm going to go. I need to eat at 2 o'clock. I'm in the Granny Square Zoom with everybody, which that's probably happening relatively shortly because we definitely started late today. Oh, yeah. I got like 30 minutes. That's enough time to make a sandwich. I made bread this morning. It'll be cool enough to cut now. So I'm gonna go slice some bread. No, it's not pretty when I do it. Trust me. It's size thickness varies immensely, but I'm gonna go do that. Have a sandwich. Oh, even if it's maybe I just put some butter on it and I heat up some soup and I have some sandwich soup situation. That'd be really good. Then I'm going to do the Granny Square Zoom call in with Louise and everybody, and I'm going to start working on my Christmas sweater or socks. One of those two today, and we're going to see how far I can get. Wish me luck. I will see you guys next Sunday. Hopefully, we've got some Christmas presents done. You have to get okay. It's always good to put stuff in writing. Susanna, the Zoom's in like 30 minutes, man. Go to Michael's. Dude, you gotta go. Oh my god. I have just enough time to eat lunch. That's 30 minutes, babe. It's like we're on the Zoom call in like 30 minutes. Bye, Susanna. Good luck on your run to Michael's. Oh, the snickerdoodles. All right. While Susanna runs errands, I'm gonna go eat lunch, guys. I'm gonna say I'm Jocelyn. This is the Northern Knits Podcast. And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to craft, okay? Where's the button that says end stream? It never says end stream. All of the other buttons you read, but that one. Why? Why, NVDA?